Hi everyone, it's Diane Moxley with Real Progressives. I am in downtown Westfield, New Jersey, in front of Congressman Leonard Lance's Westfield office. I am one of his constituents. I also happen to be the Green Party candidate who will be one of a few who will be challenging Congressman Lance in November. But today we are here to amplify the voices of the youth in the area who live in Congressional District 7. And this is about Leonard Lance getting an A- rating by the NRA and refusing to assist and back some common sense gun control reform. So we've got some youth here. I understand this is a national day of action, so we do have kids throughout the district that are here today. We're going to flip this around and we'll talk to some of the students. So we have our free speech pen. We have a little bit of police are being friendly, police are being decent. So we're going to talk to some of the students. Up. And Chelsea, you're going to say hello. My daughter Chelsea is an alum of Westfield High School, and I know we have some Westfield High School students here and from other schools. Hi guys. Hi. Hi, my name is Diane Moxley. I'm with Real Progressives. So if you want to say hi to our viewers and tell us what brings you out here today.
So we are here today to protest inaction on ineffective gun control laws. Kids like us shouldn't have to go to school and be afraid of losing their lives.
And what's your name?
I'm Phoebe Collins. I go to Scotch Plains Fanwood High School.
And I'm sorry, what high school?
Scotch Plains Fanwood.
Oh, okay. And yourself?
I'm Amelia Collins. I'm a sister, and I go to Terrell Middle School.
Oh, okay. So we have a high school student and a middle schooler out here. And how old are you guys?
I'm 18.
I'm 14.
Okay, so you're able to vote in November. So you're 18?
Yes, I'm 18.
Okay, you registered to vote?
I am registered to vote.
Excellent.
Yes.
So you're going to vote in November. So you're going to let Leonard Lance know that, right?
I am going to let him know that.
Okay, great. Glad you guys are out here.
Thank you.
Straight out there after you go over the emergency form, simply lay down or sit down on the floor. If you want to get arrested, that's up to you. That is not our prerogative right now. But if you do get arrested, that is on you. There might be a legal observer coming later from the National Lawyers Guild. They've been very kind to us and helpful. Anyway, so that's it. All right, thank you everyone.
Can I get a quick shout out from the different high schools that are representing here today? Do you guys want to tell us?
Summit High School in Summit, New Jersey.
I'm sorry?
Summit High School in Summit, New Jersey.
Great, glad you're here.
Westfield High School, Westfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
Scotch Plains Fanwood High School.
Excellent, glad you're here.
Scotch Plains Fanwood High School.
Excellent. Okay, so this is student-led, right? So you guys are going to lead this.
Yes, we are.
And Colin was one of the organizers, and you're Westfield High. Okay, excellent.
Colin over there. Colin, there's a bunch of new people.
Hi. I'm Eric. I'm with the Mount Nelson campaign, actually. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of volunteers, but are you guys going to?
Does anybody want to go outside?
I don't know if we're gonna go inside.
Okay.
We got you guys in
Alright.
Please stop. We're going to die outside.
Is that what?
Alright.
Whoever wants to be on the ground outside is come with me.
I think we're supposed to come in with them, right?
Well, it depends. If you would rather stay out here, that's fine.
Whatever we're doing,
inside too, though.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, because the office is going to close soon. So we're going to let the students go in first.
Attention, only 10 people are allowed into the office at a time. So how
That's new. That 10-person thing is new.
The kids should go in.
Well, that's. I've been through congressional offices, but they only let 2 people in at a time.
They're not voters, so they can't sign a constituent statement.
How many of you are 18?
We have 10 come in?
10 only.
Okay.
10 only?
Okay.
Do you mind if I stream?
They're letting 10 people in and we'll allow 9. So we're not going to go ahead and
Poison Center Network Enhancement Act 2018, the bill that reauthorizes the National Network of Poison Control Centers, as we've heard that offers free, confidential expert medical advice 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is during the Energy and Commerce Health Subcommittee hearing.
Is Colin coming in?
Georgia Poison Control Center is the first and respond to a
Well, Colin has the letter.
yellow pills were being sold stamped with the brand Percocet, but they in fact contain substances chemically similar to fentanyl. With that, this calls for poison control centers with this drug. These pills could have gone undetected indefinitely.
Do not go in the hall though,
Poison
because
control
that's
centers are fielding almost 190
We're good. How are you?
cases a day of opioid abuse and misuse.
Yeah, we wanted to discuss with Leonard Lance's staff about, just like, we were wondering why Leonard Lance has not signed the petition to bring HR 4240 to the floor of the House yet.
I'll give you these. You want to pass these out?
Okay, yeah,
And
that's
then,
fine.
as you know, the congressman is on the bill.
Yes,
And
he
here's
is a
more-
co-sponsor.
He is a co-sponsor of the bill.
Okay. Just why hasn't he signed the petition to bring it to the floor of the House yet? Just curious.
Fill out the forms and we can get that to him, and then he can be in touch with you.
Yeah, we have a letter right
Great.
here to submit.
All right, great.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
All right. So I
We
mean,
will get
this is
we will
from the
get this to
congressman.
him.
So I don't know what it's trying to say, but I guess we'll see.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as
So,
I need to do, and I rise in support.
Yeah,
of
so
HR
we have not gotten like a clear answer that he's going to be signing the petition. So I mean, now we're going to show that this actually is something that is important and like needs to get done like immediately. So let's show off how important it is. We're gonna be playing dead because we need to show that no action and not acting fast enough causes too many people to die. So.
And can you tell me what exactly your demands are at this point?
Our demands at this point, we would like Leonard Lance to sign the petition to bring HR 4240 to the floor of the House. And we would also like, we just want him to support more initiatives to help prevent gun violence in this country.
Okay, so at this point, Leonard Lance has not told his constituents that he will bring this to the floor for a vote. Is that correct? Is that where we're at right
Correct.
now?
However, he is a co-sponsor. However,
Okay.
he is not signing the petition to bring it to the floor of the House.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
In the opioid crisis. Our country's 55 poison centers are staffed by trained toxicologists, pharmacists, physicians, and nurses who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days
And I
a year
see
to provide real-time
some of our
life-saving
high school
assistance
students and middle school students. You guys are signing something right now. What is that?
222
It says constituent intake form.
Okay.
In 2016,
A note for the congressman.
Okay. So you guys are going to individually write out your demands for today? Okay.
it saves lives.
Demand is to support HR 4240.
Exposure in someone's home.
Once you have the paper filled out, just pass it down.
Children under the age of 12. That's why speedy access to poison centers is such an invaluable resource and so important, especially for parents. Poison centers are also saving hundreds of millions in federal dollars by helping to avoid the unnecessary use of medical services and shortening the amount of time a person spends in the hospital. Hospitalization due to poisoning becomes necessary. It's clear that these centers are a small, smart public health investment. They're also an integral part of our response to the opioid epidemic. Since 2011, poison centers handled nearly 200 cases per
And
day.
I'm curious if anybody wants to share, you know, we've had school shootings for years now, but I know that there seems to me they're more frequent, numbers of casualties are growing. Have your schools done any changes in the schools to address these issues? Not really.
What we're doing right now, you know, our dream is to wish that no kid has to ever go through again what students in Parkland and Texas and so many other students across the country, shootings that don't make it to national news and shootings that we don't hear about, that nothing like that ever happens to them again. And by supporting HR 4240, Congressman Lance could make that idea more of a reality. I mean, we're a lot of steps away from it, but supporting HR 4240 by getting guns out of the hands of people who should not have them would be a huge step towards that.
Okay, and for our viewers who may not know what HR 4240 is about, can you give our viewers some information
It's
on that?
the Public Safety and Second Amendment's Rights Protection Act of 2017. Pretty much outlines people who shouldn't be able to obtain guns, such as violent offenders and things like that, to not be able to purchase weapons. Also tries to tie in restrictions, things like gun show loopholes and giving firearms to family members.
Okay.
I have no additional speakers. I would.
Do you feel like the congressman, if you know he signs a discharge petition for it, it would make up for his past A- rating from the NRA?
There's a lot of work to go. That's the congressman's prerogative, and that's what he wants to do with his term. So be it. But a lot of his constituents will remember that he's done this, and he did this for a long time now, back in November of this year.
In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Purpose is the gentleman from Oregon seek recognition.
I move the House suspend the rules and pass the bill HR 5353 as amended.
Do we know where the congressman is today? Do we know where the congressman is today? Okay. So he's working. He's working. That's good. That's good. Glad that he's very good.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Oregon, Mr. Walden, and the gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Polano, will each control 20
As the
minutes.
congressman has told me in the past, he is one of the most diligent Congress people in Congress right now and has one of the highest attendance records in the current Congress.
Voting.
Extraneous materials in the record on the bill.
Which unfortunately this Congress is not very productive, but you know.
But it's a working day. They're in session. So we are in Westfield, New Jersey. Congressman Lance is in D.C. working.
I assume it's not HR 4240 though?
No.
It's not his bill.
I don't believe.
Alright.
Because that would need a discharge petition to be put up on a floor vote, I believe.
This bill actually passed in committee, bipartisan vote in the committee, and brought to the floor under regular order. By supporting a national elimination initiative,
Speaker Ryan is not likely to post HR 4240.
I mean, no offense, but I want to be able to go to school feeling safe. And supporting HR 4240 would be a big step in that.
He's a co-sponsor of the bill.
He's a co-sponsor,
Well, then
but
tell
he's
me to
not
sign the
signing the
discharge
petition.
position.
But that wouldn't bring the bill to the floor.
Well, it would
Yes, it
help
would.
bring it to the floor.
If enough people signed it.
Also very much involved in the creation of this legislative initiative. But at this time, Mr. Speaker, I want to yield to my colleague from New Jersey, Mr. Lance, to speak.
Leonard Lance.
We do have Leonard Lance on the C-SPAN screen. This is the...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to offer legislation to combat another front in our battle against the scourge of opiate addiction. I commend Chairman Walden and Dr. Burgess, Mr. Pallone and Mr. Green for their leadership in bringing 26 bills to the floor addressing the many sides of the far-reaching opiate crisis. This epidemic has challenged every community and every walk of life in this nation. Today I offer the Eliminating Opiate-Related Infectious Diseases Act. Legislation I have had the honor of
Is enough. Enough 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 is enough.
It does appear that
is enough. Enough is enough.
We're all constituents of Congressman Leonard Lance. Hopefully he has a record of being present in D.C. But as you can hear from chants of our local high school students, enough is enough. They want a response what Congressman Lance is going to do to move H.R. 4240 to the floor to be voted on.
One more. Not one more. Not one more. Not one more.
We understand he's a co-sponsor of the bill, but that it's not being pushed.
One more. Not 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 one more.
Recently against opiate addiction. The Opiate State Targeted Response Grants, created by the 21st Century Cures Act.
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Excuse me, you have to get up and leave now, the building's closing. Thank you.
Health interest of the American people. This is the way Congress should operate in a bipartisan capacity.
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
All right,
Change.
you need to get up and walk out. The building is closed.
Okay.
Now, come on, let's go.
Why?
You want to be arrested?
Have you called the cops?
Kids, not guns. 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 Kids, not guns.
Kids, not guns.
Kids, not guns.
We're closing the building. You need to get up and leave. And don't come in here. All right, I asked you nice. Get up and please leave.
Is Leonard Lance going to sign
I
the
have
petition?
nothing to do with Leonard Lance.
Okay.
IV drugs.
All right, let's
The
go.
Eliminating Opioid-Related Infectious Diseases Act of
Are the police on their way?
2018
Just get up and
Are the police on their way, though?
authorizes CDC to improve surveillance of infections.
Kids, not guns. 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 Not one more. 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 Not one more.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Congressman Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
And for other purposes.
Pursuant to the rule,
What do we want?
gentleman from Oregon, Mr. Wall, and the gentleman from
Okay, when they tell us to get up, we get up.
will each control 20 minutes.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Change.
When do we want it?
Now.
To issue waivers to healthcare providers to prescribe medication.
Kids, not guns. 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 Brian. Kids, not guns. 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 Kids, not guns.
Kids, not guns. Dealt with these issues of drugs and drug abuse and addiction and addiction treatment and trying to find the best path forward. Mr. Carter, I would yield as much time as he would like to consume. Speak on this legislation.
One of the staff says that he's staying until 6, so the cops on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding.
Staff calls him again.
Mr. Speaker, in 2008, Congress strengthened prohibitions against inappropriately distributing and dispensing controlled substances online by passing the Ryan 8 Online Pharmacy Consumer Protection Act. The Ryan 8 Act made it illegal for a practitioner to dispense controlled substances through the internet without at least one in-person patient evaluation.
Right. Yeah, we have lawyers. They told us we have the police have to give us 3 to 5 minutes to get up.
There was a member from the National Lawyers Guild outside making sure our civil rights and civil liberties are being protected. So if they try to infringe on those, we will have someone here to document them.
Process has never been implemented through regulation.
I just want to say something real quick. So, Leonard Lance's staffers, they were giving us these documents here. You know, obviously Leonard Lance, he has some some form of commitment to gun laws that some of his colleagues do not have. However, I think it's actually full of garbage. That, you know, he's not going to sign the petition and bring it to the floor of the House, and you know, he still has an A- rating from the NRA, so he's clearly not 100% with this. And I think a lot of his votes are just to just to make it so that way he can say that he supports something so he could get some votes in an election. So this is what I have to say to that. This is exactly what I have to say to all of this. This is exactly what I have to say to all of this.
Am I next?
Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next?
Medicine offers one opportunity to potentially reach.
Hey, hey, NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey, NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey, NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA, how many kids have you killed today? Hey, hey. NRA,
against
how
the
many
use of
kids have you killed
telemedicine
today?
in any manner that could further exacerbate the opioid crisis.
Students, not soldiers. Students, not soldiers.
Open access
Students,
to
not
and I would urge
soldiers.
my colleagues
Students,
to
not soldiers. Students, not soldiers. Students, not soldiers. Students, not soldiers. Students, not soldiers.
Thoughts and prayers are not enough. 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 Thoughts and prayers are not enough.
I'm told time and
Leonard
time
Lance
again
has got to go.
that
Hey,
access
hey.
to treatment
Ho, ho.
remains one of the
Leonard Lance has got to go. Hey, hey.
in many
Ho,
of the
ho.
small towns.
Leonard
in the
Lance
rural
has got to
cities
go.
of our
Hey,
state.
hey. Ho,
We don't
ho.
have enough doctors.
Leonard Lance has got to
We don't
go.
have enough
No more silence and gun violence. 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 This is not normal. 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 This is not normal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Never again. 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 We call BS. 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 We call
Crowd gathered outside,
BS.
and we have some of the students that were inside, and there's more students out there.
Clerk will report the title of the bill.
H.R. 5582,
So do you guys want to say your names, your ages, and what town you guys live in? And if you want to give a message again to, so your name is?
My name is Matthew Scholar. I'm a resident of Scotch Plains. I'm here today because my grandfather was actually taken from me when I was very young, and I don't want any other child to grow up without their grandfather.
Was it gun violence?
Yes, it was because of gun violence. He was killed by his brother, who actually should not have had a gun. In today's laws, I would hope he wouldn't have a gun, but, you know, unfortunately, that's the price you have to pay when our gun laws are not adequate.
Yeah.
And I'm also here to support all the students all across the country. This is not the only dying going on today. There is dyings going on all across the country today. There's one in New York, there's one in Los Angeles. Those are like the two big ones, but there's also smaller ones happening in other congressmen's offices. So we're here to support the entire movement started by David Hobb.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Oh, wow, 15 years old. And I'm glad to see that you're out here and you're engaged and you're becoming aware. For instance, you're aware of HR 4240.
Yes.
So this is excellent to see young people engaged and becoming more informed than perhaps my generation. So kudos to you. I'm sorry that you guys have to experience this, because even though, thank God in New Jersey we've been lucky, these images, just constant. Your generation is growing up in a much different world than I.
We've never known a reality without gun violence on this scale. We've never known a world without school shootings.
We are not surprised. We are upset, but we are not surprised. We are not shocked. We are not shaken to our cores when we see a school being shot up. This has become normal, and this is not normal. Our congressmen, our politicians on every level need to take a step to protect us. That is why we are here. If Congressman Lance came out and voted for the resolution to pass HR 4240 into the House, then we wouldn't have to be here right now. But he is refusing to make our lives safer, make New Jersey safer, and make this country a safer place. He has refused to do that. He can say he's a co-sponsor. He can be a co-sponsor. But if he does not sign the bill to be voted on, it does not mean anything. He still has the A- rating. He's not making our lives safer.
And as you said earlier, he has a A- rating right now with the NRA, so I guess you guys would like to see him get an F grade.
Yeah, I want him to be like Bonnie Watson Coleman, who has a 7% rating from the NRA, or you know what, better yet, a 0%. That would be ideal.
Just vote him out.
Yeah, you know what, Congressman Malinowski would be great.
It's the first time he gets a vote.
And your name is?
I'm Noelle Mesbah. I go to Westfield High School. I'm 17.
So you won't be able to vote in November? When do you turn 18? Oh, good.
Yeah, I turn 18 over the summer, so the midterm elections are the first time that I get to vote.
Okay, and I know you're going to register.
Yes, I'm already registered, ready to go.
Excellent.
Yeah. Absentee ballot is filled out, so when I go to college, I'll be able to vote for the New Jersey elections.
Okay. And I've heard, I don't know how much it's going on in New Jersey, but some schools, they even do safety drills for preparing for these things. Have any of you guys experienced that?
Colleges or
high schools?
High schools, yeah.
That's what high school is.
We have those in elementary school too.
We go, we sit in the corner, we, try and hide, from the shooter, so that way, hopefully we don't get shot up. Hopefully, it's enough time, like locking the doors and shutting off the lights. Hopefully that's enough for someone to get there and stop the shooter. But
how many years has this been going on for these?
Yeah, I remember being in kindergarten doing lockdown drills.
Wow.
Since we can remember.
Wow.
Columbine was tragic.
We had an assembly on Columbine in 6th grade, actually, about guns.
Columbine was the first real one that everyone knows about. Yeah. There's been many that not a lot of people know about at the same time. I mean, but no one thought it was ever going to happen again after Columbine. That it was just some. It wasn't normal back then.
Yeah.
But evaluating the adequacy of access. I mean, this country's history tends to repeat itself, and it happened in Columbine, happened in Sandy Hook.
Happened in a middle school a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, there have even been threats in schools in this town. You don't hear about it. Not in this town, in the state. You don't hear about the shootings that only a few people die. No one really counts those unless you're looking at every single school shooting ever in the United States. People focus on the big ones. And we're here today to say, let's not have any more school shootings. Not a big one, not a small one. We are done. Enough is enough.
Violence overall.
Yeah,
outside of the school.
This is not just about school shootings. This is about, police brutality is an issue.
Yes.
Another issue is people like my grandfather's brother who shouldn't have had a gun because he was screwed up in the head.
Yeah, so it's even about, very separate, because we don't want to put everything on mental health care, but it's about adequate mental health care, police brutality.
Yeah, our country has bad mental health, but I don't think that's even
Every country does,
drop.
So it's not mental health.
It's not. It's access to guns.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the gun show loophole and things like that are not what separate us from other countries. It's not mental health, because every country has mental health issues. So it's really about the guns.
To go off that whole gun show loophole, I think that this is why this is so important. Okay, New Jersey, we have one of the strongest gun laws in the country, right? However, it doesn't matter how strong New Jersey's gun laws are, as long as Alabama's gun laws are weak, as long as Texas's are weak, Louisiana's are weak, as long as Mississippi's are weak, you could go on. Yeah, and right.
On top of that, I want to thank Governor Murphy on behalf of all the students from this district for being willing tomorrow to make New Jersey a better and safer place. To bundle 6 gun bills all in one, and we're going to get them all passed and signed through, just to make New Jersey's students safer, New Jersey's families and residents be able to sleep better at night and not worry when they go to school and work and wonder, will this be the last time I say goodbye to my family?
I will actually be at the signing tomorrow. I'm going to be standing there with Governor Murphy tomorrow. So.
Great, so we have a good bundle of related to gun safety.
Yes. There's 6 different bills going through.
Excellent, good.
They're doing various different initiatives, doing the best they can to make New Jersey as safe. But like I said, it's all about the federal level.
Yeah, we need the federal government to act. Yeah. And you're 17, you're going to vote in November, and Colin, I know you're one of okay, you're 16, so you're going to have to wait a little bit, and we have.
I'm Ben Shepherd from Summit High School. I'm 17 and I'll be voting in November.
Oh, good. You'll be voting in November. Okay, excellent.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
I cannot reach
Can you do me a favor and take your flyer and just a little bit like.
To report on behavioral health quality measures in Medicaid. And I want to thank the sponsors.
Have you guys considered asking Congressman Lance for a meeting? Maybe you could have a student group.
Yes, I mean, I've been interning with Westfield 2020 for my government politics class, and they've tried to get meetings with Leonard Lance before, and
recently CMS added 2 additional measures related to opioids. The course set is designed to help ensure that those with behavioral health care needs are receiving appropriate screening, management,
It's true, I don't agree with him on political policies. He is open to meetings, but due to the scheduling of when he's in session, and also just his inability and sometimes unwillingness to meet with constituents, makes it very hard to actually have mental health.
Actually, I want to say Leonard Lance is not a nice man. Leonard Lance is a murderer because he doesn't support these bills that are important to stop gun violence in this country. He's part of that issue.
Quality treatment is vital to assist in bolstering our nation's mental health and substance abuse care, and in improving our healthcare systems' ability to fight the opioid epidemic. So I urge my colleagues to support this legislation, and I would yield now such time as she may consume to the sponsor, Ms. Clark.
Gentlelady from New York is
I'm
recognized.
calling his office in DC.
Mr. Speaker, and I thank the ranking member for using
I'm a constituent. My name's Colin Sumner. I'm actually in Congressman Lance's Westfield office right now. I'm participating in the Diane. I know Congressman Lance might still be on the House floor. Oh wait, no, he's not. The TV's blasting right above us. I just wanted to say that Congressman Lance needs to support HR 4240 so he can protect our lives and the lives of students across this nation.
People die every day from an opioid overdose. And in my hometown
Sure, it's Colin
of New York
Sumner.
City, someone dies every 7 hours from an opioid overdose. The African American community in particular is dying at an alarming rate from opioid abuse. The overdose death rate among African Americans in urban counties rose by 41% in 2016.
He needs to support.
Mr. Speaker, this is more than an epidemic.
He needs to support HR 4240
and Congress must act
get it passed
to
through
protect
committee
our
and
most
to
vulnerable
the House for
communities.
about.
To address this epidemic, I've introduced a bill that would support the Centers of Medicaid, Medicare Services efforts to monitor and track quality care, especially
by chance,
in
is the Congressman
behavioral
there in the
health
office right now?
related to the use of opioids. Currently,
Okay, do
state
you know,
reporting on these
all right, thank
measures
you.
is strictly voluntary. HR 5583
I'm gonna call
would make such
also.
Just
reporting
going to try to call the DC office.
Doing so allows us
Yeah,
to
that's
better
what I'm gonna
collect
go
data
do.
for research purposes.
And I think any of our
5583 is one of
House
57
representatives
bills
with the
that the House
A
Energy and
NRA
Commerce
ratings
Committee has brought
should
forward to combat the
spend
opioid crisis.
spend some
Now
time
is
in
the
high
time
school when
for
they're going
House
through
leadership
some of
to bring
these
the issue to a
dramatic.
vote.
What do you call them?
Yes.
You call them
Help us
Lockdown
understand
drills?
Wow.
opioid prevalence and
Yeah,
incidence
we had a
trends
lockdown drill
among our
actually the
most
day
vulnerable
after
populations.
Parkland,
We
and
know that the vast majority
you
of
could
people
feel
with
the
addiction
fear.
treatment
Like
rely on
it was,
Medicaid.
I think
It was the day of.
either the day of or the day after.
But you guys knew about Parkland.
We did not know about
Oh,
Parkland because
okay.
it was happening right in the city.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
It was weird.
But then the one that we did have afterwards that everybody was like aware of Parkland, it was like you feel everybody feeling like, you know, this might be the one.
Wow.
Which is like a feeling.
Because you don't know, and I guess they're not telling you.
Is
when.
this live?
Yes, this is live.
If all of Lance's
my name is
constituents
Matthew
could call
Scolar.
201,
I'm in Congressman
sorry,
Lance's
if all
Westfield
of his
office
constituents
right
can
now,
call
and I'm
202
participating in a student
225
protest. We are dying
5361.
And
Again, that's
we
202
just wanted to
225
make sure that
5361. That's Congressman Leonard Lance's office.
So
Phone number
Congressional
in
District
Washington,
7 in New Jersey.
DC,
Yep.
District 7, New Jersey. He needs to support HR 4240 and bring it out to the House. Again, HR 4240 is currently stuck in committee, and Congressman Lance, although he's a co-sponsor, has refused to bring
thank
it
you
to
very
the
much.
congressional
I
floor.
would be signing on because this is very important. You know, I don't want to die in school, and I don't want another person to live without their grandfather because they were taken away from them because of gun violence.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Matthew Scolar, MATTHEW
I just want to thank the gentlelady from New York, my friend, and she's a tireless worker on
Scotch
the
Plains.
committee, for your leadership on this issue especially. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I have no other speakers on my side of the aisle.
You too.
I don't know if my collegue from New Jersey has any other speakers. We do not.
We come over.
I would yield back and balance my.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so go ahead.
1 or 2 days after the Parkland shooting, we had a lockdown in our school, and it was longer than usual. And the police were in the school going around checking the doors were locked to make sure the procedure was being followed. But when the police came to the room that I was in, our teacher sprung up because he thought that it was a live shooter.
Wow.
So not only should we not have to live in that fear, our teachers shouldn't have to live in that fear. They went to school to become educators, not speak up. Soldiers, they shouldn't have to be working on the battlefield. So that's why we're here and that's why we're protesting.
Wow, I can't even imagine having to grow up in that world, having to, it just was unheard of for my generation, and it's wrong. It's wrong.
That
saved a rat like me.
Control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the
I once was
Mr. Speaker, that all members have 5 legislative days which will extend their remarks and insert extraneous materials into the record on the bill, including an exchange of letters between the Committee on Energy and Commerce and the Committee on Ways and Means.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend you, Representative Fasto now, and we've changed out the speakership.
So when you
as
called,
well
did
as,
they say
Welch and
Leonard
Renacci.
Lance was
You all
in the
worked hard
office
to
yet
develop
or not
this
yet?
He's not in the office. I assume he's still out there.
Medicare Opioid Safety Education Act.
He talked more with Colin. With me, he just said he was going to record my message and send it to the congressman. So hopefully the congressman gets to hear it, and hopefully he's going to go sign this
Another
petition
relevant
now.
information in the Medicare and You Handbook that is published annually. Medicare program provides health care coverage to over 58 million users.
No, not right now. He was earlier.
Every person on Medicare to be able to have a thoughtful conversation with his or her provider.
Were you guys
about their
involved with
prescriptions
the
and
March for Our
alternatives.
Lives?
Yeah,
I went to the one in New York.
Yeah, and Colin and I, we planned March for Our Lives Union County.
Okay. Oh, you planned it.
Yeah,
helped coordinate it.
Yeah.
And represents
Excellent.
And a few other students
student
too.
those on opioids and those who may in the future need to have a discussion
Excellent.
about pain treatment
Yeah.
options.
And you guys are going to keep this
their
momentum
physician.
going.
You know, we are
100%.
rightfully
I mean,
seizing upon this opportunity to inform
right.
as
So
many people
after
as possible
Parkland,
and educate them about the long-term
I was
opioid
here
use and
the next Wednesday because we have protests here every Wednesday. Actually, we had a vigil outside after Parkland, and then after that, we had walkouts on March 14th, March 24th. We had the March for Our Lives. April 20th, we did a protest outside of my mayor's office in Scotch Plains because he refused to sign on the mayors against illegal guns, and he was one of very few mayors in Union County to not sign.
Scotch Plains, that shouldn't be that much pushback to be able to sign that. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm local,
And then,
so I know Scotch Plains.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, after April 20th, it's actually a shame because I've been to so many now because this issue is so bad. It's tough to even remember all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I was here the week after the Santa Fe shooting. We did another gun violence awareness type protest. June 1st was National Wear Orange Day, so I wore orange to support gun violence awareness. And then June 2nd, I marched over the Brooklyn Bridge with Moms of Men Action, Gays Against Guns, a bunch of other organizations. And that was actually a really good march. We had several thousand people.
Excellent.
Just
Good.
how pervasive opioid painkillers
You guys
are
are
among seniors.
learning a lot
Or
about
opioid
how our
issues
government
stemming
works
from
and
chronic
unfortunately
pain.
how our
Seniors are
government
given an
doesn't
informational
work
booklet
and
entitled
fails at
Medicare
times.
and
So
Can't help
prior
but be
to
aware,
becoming
I
Medicare
guess,
eligible.
especially
that
young
details
people
the services
now
available to
hyper
them
aware of it
upon enrollment.
Because
Currently,
I guess
the
social
word
media also
opioid
helps
actually
'cause
only appears once
really
in this
This
booklet. Given the national crisis that we are facing
our
of opioid addiction among all sections of our society, that is really not enough. My bill would substantially improve the Medicare opioid education by adding available opioid alternatives and additional education information in this handbook for every senior to see. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank Chairman Walden for all of his hard work on this important issue and for working with us on bringing this legislation to the floor today. I urge all of my colleagues to support this important legislation, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Or the gun
The
manufacturers.
gentleman from Oregon Reserve, the gentleman from New Jersey is
Money from the
recognized.
NRA is blood
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as I may consume.
do we
And
know
I
how
rise in
much money
support of H.R.
Congressman Lance?
5685, sponsored by Representatives John
$1,000.
Costello and Peter Welch.
Yeah, a couple thousand.
I commend my colleagues
Yeah.
for the
What's
work
that?
on this important bill. We know that opioid abuse
He's
is
returned
a
his money.
significant
He
and
hasn't.
growing problem in the
He hasn't
Medicare
returned it?
population.
No, he has.
Oh.
He hasn't taken that much from
But
me.
he
But he's
Okay.
still he's
to
still
support
Seniors aware of the
NRA,
dangers
NRA
of
bills
addiction
and
and the existence of
Do you know
alternatives.
when he
HR
returned his NRA
5685
money? Was that a
related
push
to
from the
resources
community?
regarding
I'm assuming, because I'm assuming
I'm
that meant he
assuming it's a
accepted
push
the
from
money.
Yeah.
alternatives
And
He,
then-
Medicare
in general, he
handbook
hasn't.
which is mailed to all
gotten
Medicare
that much,
households
but
each fall.
I
Well,
assume
this
that
is
it
an
was a
important
push
bill.
of the community
I do want to
caused
Here's
it
the
to give
thing.
it back.
That it's
Patriotism, which is what I'm sure a lot of people who are driving by who don't agree with us. They're thinking we don't like America or we're not patriots. Patriotism is standing by your country. It is not standing by your president or your congressman or your senator. It is not standing by any of your elected officials.
It's not standing by a symbol, nothing like that.
We are here supporting our country for what we feel is right. We are doing what we need to do to protect this land that was made for all of us, not just the gun manufacturers and not just the special interest groups supporting that
medically underwritten and would exclude individuals with pre-existing conditions, would make coverage in the Affordable Care Act compliant market much more expensive. This would make coverage for individuals who need comprehensive coverage, such as individuals with opioid use disorders, less affordable and accessible. The opioid package cannot be considered in a vacuum. Make no mistake.
What are they talking about?
Efforts to sabotage the ACA could not only reverse any gains we may make from these efforts today, but will inflict broad, lasting harm to our healthcare system and to our ability to fight the opioid crisis. Now, at this point, I don't know if I have no additional speakers. So, Mr. Speaker, I would ask my colleagues to support this bill, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman from New Jersey yields. The gentleman from Oregon is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I too urge our colleagues to support this very important and bipartisan legislation. Yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Oregon yields. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill, H.R. 5685? Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. For what purpose does the gentleman from Oregon seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I move the House suspend the rules, pass the bill H.R. 4275 as amended.
The clerk will report the title of the bill.
H.R. 4275. A bill to provide for the development and dissemination of programs and materials for training pharmacists, healthcare providers,
said they're leaving the office.
There's a staffer prescriptions fraudulent or
that they're going to stay here until 6.
Indicative of abuse or diversion in further purposes.
So you guys are going to stay here till 6?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous.
The gentleman from Oregon, Mr. Holden, and the gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Pallone, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Oregon.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days which to revise and extend the remarks and insert extraneous materials in the record on the bill.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself this time as I may consume.
Let's hum one for everyone who's died because of gun violence.
The bill before us today is a product of your hard work and that of our colleague from California. And as the only pharmacist serving in Congress, Mr. Carter understands the need to get fraudulent prescriptions off of our streets and give folks on the front line additional tools to combat the opioid crisis. This is why I know he helped author this bipartisan bill, which will require the Secretary of Health and Human Services to develop and disseminate education materials for pharmacists to better detect and reject fraudulent prescriptions.
They were supposed to close at 5. We have some of our, this is the area on North Avenue in Westfield.
Do you have a card?
I don't have one on me, but if you want to take a photo of that, you could.
Okay. And you're with who?
Real Progressives.
Okay. You've been in here for 45 minutes filming, so I think we're late. We're trying to close the office. So, I don't know what questions you're asking them. It's not journalistic, balanced questions. They're only still here because you're still filming. You filmed for 45 minutes. I think that's enough. So I'm
just here to help amplify the voices.
I understand, but you're not a member of the press just because you have that. Now, you've been here 45 minutes. We've been more than generous with the time with the press here, but we're going to have to end it. They can stay if they want, but I'm going to ask you to leave. 45 minutes for a member of the press is more than
How would you feel if they streamed themselves? Would you be okay with that?
That's fine, but again, you've been here for 45 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, I've been listening to the questions. They really haven't been balanced, and you've been kind of egging them on a little bit, so I think 45 minutes is enough. Thanks.
Can I leave this with them?
No, it's yours, right?
Yes, but I just wanted
I've never met a member of the press that would leave people with something to film with. That's yours. You can keep that.
But I'm going to stay right outside
That's
with
okay.
my friends.
That's okay. Could you move your foot, please?
Okay, let me get my bag.
Okay, thanks.
At this time to the sponsor of the bill, Mr.
Okay, sorry guys, but I'll be outside, and I'm so glad for you guys to be doing.
California is recognized.
Come on.
This is not led by her. This is a student event.
I'm just here to amplify voices, that's all.
Right.
We all know we have lots of problems with media out
Done lots of
there.
amplifying. Great job.
Hi viewers, so yeah, I got thrown out, it's okay. The kids are doing a great job, so we just wanted to help them amplify their voices. We know that we have lots of biased media out there.
Because I do have a press. Was there a reason why they're not letting women in?
They thought I was not being fair and balanced enough in my talking with the children.
Oh, really?
So.
They're not letting Mom's watching. You want to talk
one of the moms. Yeah. You know, we all know our...
Why'd they throw you out?
Because they didn't like the way we were conversing with the children. They said I was clearly biased and had a, yes, I am biased. I'm with Real Progressives, so we give voice to progressive issues, but I think, right now, all of our media has a bias. So I'm just amplifying the voice of our teenagers that want to be heard today. That's all. I wasn't going to take it too far because I didn't want the issue to become my presence and take it away from what our brave teenagers are doing today. So,
what is their intent, Diane? What are they doing to the children in there? Because we're not hearing it out here.
The office was closing at 5, but they left it open to 6. Yes.
Okay, using press credentials and also running for Congress and not announcing yourself is pretty unethical when it comes to the press. So why don't you
she has a tag on.
I put that at the beginning of my name is there.
You can't come in and say you're a member of the press and also be running for Congress.
But I am. I am.
Thank you.
I actually put it out at the beginning of my live stream. So there's no funny business going on.
So now they're okay with Tap into New Jersey?
Yeah, I told them they could take a photo of my press pass that I'm wearing. I was completely open. I was showing them my name.
So Diane, it seems like they're purposely making it a political thing with these children.
Yeah, no, and just to be candid, when I was starting my stream, I said I kind of chuckled when I said that I was a constituent of Leonard Lance, that I live in the 7th Congressional District, and I did say, yes, I actually happen to be running on the Green Party line. So it's completely open, and I walked in and was just filming the children, so I was not...
the only one that got allowed in, we appreciate it.
Yes, I wanted to amplify their voices, I want them to be able to be heard. And we were having conversations, my daughter's a millennial and, she's in her 20s and she went to Westfield High. And it's so dramatic how much things have changed from when I was in high school, from when my daughter was in high school. To hear these children talk about these disaster drills, or no, they're called lockdown drills, was just heartbreaking. Oh, press tried to go in. We'll find out if this press was able to go in. Were you able to?
Yeah, I was in there. I just wanted to take an objective photo of everything.
Yeah.
I'm from Tap into Westfield, so I didn't want to ask too many questions. Paul and I have been in contact with each other, and I want to make sure we're respectful. Yeah. Good jazz.
So are the children safe in there?
Yeah, they seem fine. Yep.
And what's the total number of children?
Let me double check my photograph.
Okay. Well, we're here many Wednesdays. I've been here a few Wednesdays in front of Leonard Lance's office on North Avenue in Westfield. And even before before I was running for office. I've been an activist my entire life.
And it's been going for 3 years.
So it's okay. I know there is somebody else that's doing some independent streams in there. So we're just trying to amplify the voices of our youth. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care. Bye.